This is a battle in the Use It and Lose It tournament. Battle of the Pyramids, Epirus versus Colchis. So Danko is commanding... I forgot. It's going to be in the description. I'm fairly sure Danko is commanding Epirus. So he has a front line of 2 slingers, 4 slingers total, 2 mercenary Rhodians. He has, for his melee line, he has 2 Illyrian levies on each flank. Then he has mercenary Samnites, mercenary Etruscan Hoplites, mercenary Samnites, 1 Royal Peltas General, a total of 4 Thessalians, no pikes, which I think is a wise choice. For Colchis, we have horse skirmishers, 1 on each flank. Then we have noble blood cavalry, 1 on each flank. The center, axemen, courtly axemen, axemen. For cavalry, Hippeus, noble blood, Hippeus. Skirmish, we have 2 eastern slingers and a few hillmen up front. This is a quite strong Epirus army in terms of the ability to skirmish. The skirmish contingent here is considerable. There's another sneaky unit here of eastern slingers. Let's see, so there are 3, maybe 4 eastern slingers, I don't quite know. The axemen can do a decent job against mercenary Samnites, especially when in shield wall. They can do a good job against mercenary Etruscan Hoplites in shield wall. So this is a game where Epirus, for once, has the... I'm going to give the infantry advantage to Epirus, because yes, there are all of these axemen and the courtly axemen, but I think Epirus, due to the fact that Epirus has these 3 extra mercenary Etruscan Hoplites, is going to be able to do reasonably well against Colchis here. And the skirmish as well basically means that Colchis has to come to Epirus, because there is nothing really provoking Epirus to attack here. The slingers can move up, start firing on the eastern slingers, and then the Rhodians move in and start firing as well, and then the eastern slingers should start dropping very quickly. Eastern spears also in the front line here, so they're going to be taking some damage as well. No damage taken on the courtly axemen. Eastern slingers down by 4 men, they have 2 kills themselves. So the eastern spears move up together with the hillmen, no doubt to try to push back the slingers, but moving up the infantry now. So this is an engagement that Colchis doesn't want. Horse skirmishers taking a lot of fire on the way in from the superior range of the slingers. They're going to drop very, very quickly and not be able to get many kills. So now the infantry has shielded the slingers. The infantry support from Colchis is a bit far behind to be able to tie down the units with hillmen and eastern spearmen. Already 1 eastern slinger going down. Mercenary Samnites will destroy hillmen. Mercenary Etruscan Hoplites will destroy eastern spears. So the courtly axemen have to move in super fast. So these units don't get a second charge. Already starting to break here, the hillmen, but now the courtly axemen do get the charge on the mercenary Samnites. So shield wall could be a very nice thing to pop now, and this engagement is going to be very interesting, because now the courtly axemen got the charge against the mercenary Etruscans, and the Royal Peltas are going to get hammered by Hippeus Lancers. They're not going to like that one bit, but the Hippeus Lancers are going to take fire from javelins of the Illyrian levies here. Didn't lose anything. Thessalian cavalry coming in to support the fight. Do as much damage to the Hippeus Lancers as possible. In the center, the combat is even between the Axes and the Hoplites. Shield wall being used, but it looks like this is formation attack shield wall. Yeah, and that is a problem. That's a huge problem for Colchis, using formation attack, because then these non-formation attack units are going to be able to wrap around the flanks. And you can see the mercenary Samnites winning against axemen here. On the flanks, nice charges by Colchis, getting into the Thessalians and to the Illyrian levies. Also getting in here with some horse skirmishers, but they got stopped by the mercenary Etruscan Hoplites. Colchis is losing horse skirmishers very, very quickly. Now this fight has turned around. The Royal Peltas took a lot of damage, but due to the support of the Thessalians and the Illyrian levies, the Axemen are now going to get destroyed. Losing a lot of cavalry is Colchis. Here we have the general of Colchis fighting up against Thessalians, levies, and Thessalian cavalry. Moving around the flanks with horse archers is Colchis, but this is a fight where the general is in a cavalry unit, so causing friendly fire to the general is a problem here. Eastern Slingers still in the fight. The Slingers and the Rhodians are focusing down the line, and Colchis is losing too many units too rapidly here. Here you can see the mercenary Samnites are wrapping around together with the Illyrian levies, and then the Courtly Axemen are going to start losing very badly, and the Courtly Axemen even lose to mercenary Etruscan hoplites here, in no small part due to formation attack being used together with shield wall. And you can see how bad formation attack is together with shield wall here. The Courtly Axemen are losing decisively even against mercenary Etruscan hoplites, and that's a fight they should be able to tank out when using a proper formation. Illyrian levy is coming in here. The noble blood cavalry general is about to die. He should start dropping now from the charge of the Illyrian levies, and yep, he does. Attacked in the rear. So much Epirus left on the field, so little Colchis, and the Eastern Slingers get chased down by Thessalians. Thessalians get the charge, and the Eastern Slingers start wavering immediately. Etruscan hoplites winning decisively, and this is such a good example of formation attack versus non-formation attack. The mercenary Etruscans are able to get in on both sides and just clean house with the Courtly Axemen. So a bit of a gift there from Epirus, from Colchis to Epirus, and it was indeed Danko commanding Epirus and Warner 95 commanding Colchis. So if you're going to be using Axemen turn-off formation attack, do not engage these units, because look at the kills on the mercenary Etruscan hoplites essentially took no damage and got a lot of kills against infantry. Sure, some of it was against hillmen, some of it was against Eastern Spears. Overall, I think Danko's army was the strongest here. He had 4 slingers, 1 mercenary Rhodian, all of them get kills. He did get his general charged, but since he won everywhere else, it worked for him. Now, the Colchis army was a bit unfocused, I think, with 1 horse archer, 3 horse skirmishers. It was like a bit of skirmish, a bit of rush, and I think, to be quite honest, I think I'll just set up an army here for Colchis that I think would work very well, or better, at least, against Epirus. So the Colchian nobles, good. The reason why they're good is because they have the weapon damage of 30 and 8 armor piercing on their spears. So these guys can defeat mercenary Samnites, they can defeat the mercenary Etruscan hoplites. Now bringing in Courtly Axemen, yes, bring Courtly Axemen and turn off formation attack, have them in shield wall, and they will do a great job against anything that Epirus has on foot, really. In terms of cavalry, I like the Noble Blood. Noble Blood is a good cavalry unit to bring. 4 is nice. You can bring max 4 in this tournament, and I think 4 is a very nice number. Now, when you go for Colchian Nobles and Courtly Axemen, you've kind of decided that you're going to go melee rush. You're going to go and engage Epirus here. So, with max 8 melee units, I think the Colchian Nobles are so superior to the standard Axemen that it's worth bringing 4 of those instead of 4 Axemen. And Courtly Axemen, they are a given for Colchis. So now with what's left, you can either go skirmish, but I don't think that's the best option for Colchis in this particular case. I think going hard on the infantry is the way to go. So Axemen, 2 Axemen to round out the melee a bit, go on the flanks, deal with Illyrian levies. Because you basically know there are going to be Italian swords or Illyrian levies on the flanks, and now you have a center of 8 decent units. These units defeat mercenary Etruscan hoplites, they defeat mercenary Samnites. These units defeat mercenary Samnites, they defeat mercenary hoplites with formation attack turned off and shield wall. So now it's just a matter of if you want to have some precursors which is always a good idea, precursors on some hillmen, or if you want to go super cheap and bring some Eastern Spears. Now, myself, I would prefer to go with some hillmen, or you can even take out 2 Colchis axemen and bring in some axemen instead. That would allow you to bring 1 additional unit of... actually, it wouldn't. It would allow you to bring 1 additional unit of Eastern Spears, but I don't think that's a good choice. Ideally now, the way this battle unfolds is that the Colchis axemen and the Colchis nobles engage the center. Noble blood engages Thessalians with the support of hillmen, and that's basically it. Not certain to work, but I think focusing on the aspect where you want to dominate is a very good idea, and not become too scattered in your army composition. So you have to micro a few skirmish units, you have to micro a few horse skirmish units, instead of just focusing on what you know you can beat the enemy army with. And I think in this case, you know you have the better melee units, you know you have the better hoplites, and I think that's where the focus should lie for Colchis if they're going to defeat Epirus. Strength and honor.